Hi everyone, this is Ed from Mysterious Crimes. Welcome to this episode of the channel. Tonight, we're exploring one of the most haunting cold cases in Massachusetts history. A young teacher, a small town, a brutal, senseless crime that went unsolved for 25 years. This is the story of Lisa Ziegert. It's a case that haunted a community and baffled investigators. But in the end, it wasn't just forensic science that solved it. It was a killer's own words. April 15, 1992. Lisa Ziegert was 24 years old, a bright, passionate middle school teacher. After class, she worked evenings at Brittany's card and gift shop in Agawam to make extra money. That night, she was working alone, but she never came home. The next morning, the shop was open. The lights were still on. Lisa's car was still in the lot, but Lisa was gone. Her purse was in the store, and the register hadn't been touched. Something terrible had happened. For agonizing days passed. Then came the call every family dreads. Lisa's body was discovered in a wooded area off Suffield Street, just miles from the shop. She had been sexually assaulted and murdered. It was the nightmare no one could believe. Who would want to hurt Lisa? And why? The investigation that followed was exhaustive. Hundreds of people were questioned. DNA was collected. Yet the case went cold. Years turned into decades. But in 2016, a new tool emerged: DNA phenotyping. Scientists used genetic material left at the crime scene to predict what the killer likely looked like. Male, white, brown hair, brown eyes, light skin. It narrowed the field, but still no match. Then, a chilling twist. In 2017, a woman came forward. She had found disturbing letters left behind by her ex-boyfriend. In them, he confessed to a murder he committed in 1992. His name was Gary Schara, a 50-year-old man who had once lived in Agawam. Police obtained his DNA. It matched the DNA from the crime scene. After 25 years, they had their man. Why did he do it? That's the question that haunts Lisa's loved ones the most. Schara never gave a full explanation in court, but his handwritten letters left behind when he tried to flee offered dark insight. In those notes, Schara wrote about his uncontrollable sexual urges, how he had been sick for a long time, how he couldn't stop himself. He claimed he hadn't planned to kill Lisa, but once he had taken her, once the assault happened, he believed he had no choice. He murdered her to silence her, to cover up his crime. Lisa was simply in the wrong place, at the worst possible time. On September 15, 2017, Gary Schara was arrested at a hospital in Connecticut after a failed suicide attempt. 2 years later, in 2019, he pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. The rape and kidnapping charges were dismissed because of the statute of limitations. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But even then, no amount of justice could ever bring Lisa back. Lisa Ziegert's memory lives on. Her former students still speak of her kindness. A scholarship was founded in her name. Her family, who fought for answers for more than 2 decades, now work to help others find justice. This case reminds us how long justice can take and how critical it is to never stop searching for the truth. Lisa Ziegert was a daughter, a teacher, a friend, taken far too soon by a man who mistook his urges for fate. But thanks to persistence, evolving science, and the courage of a community, her story didn't end in silence. If you found this episode powerful or important, please help support the channel. Hit the like button, share this story, and subscribe so we can continue to bring light to the darkest corners of true crime. I'm Ed, and I thank you for being here with me tonight. Stay safe, stay aware. and always seek justice.